urban planning in India is done as per Town and Country Planning Act, as per Town and Country Planning Act, adopted during 1950s, as a model law on the pattern of practices in UK. It was expected that as per the Model Act, states would adopt their own Town and Country Planning Act. Accordingly, states have enacted Town and Country Planning Act. For Delhi, Delhi Development Authority Act was adopted, popularly known as DDA, responsible for urban planning. As per this Model Act, there should be master plan for urban areas, which is generally prepared for 10, 15 or 20 years. A master plan is about spatial planning of the city in terms of commercial, residential, and mixed type of areas. It is the master plan which regulates construction activities in the city, and it regularizes buildings and commercial places. Change paragraph. However, the practices of master plan are not considered suitable to present needs of urban governance. It has following flaws. First, it is a planning about residential and commercial areas rather than planning for the overall development of the city. Planning for the overall development of the city with a futuristic vision. This planning fails to incorporate the components like education, health, sanitation, transportation, and other challenges faced by the city. Next, it is a bureaucratic exercise.
Ethics with S. Ansari remains the best ever choice. Do you know that ethics paper is the only paper in general studies that pays more with less efforts? One can easily secure 130 to 140 marks. Lukmaan IAS is a well-established name since 2014 for ethics paper. We offer 3 types of courses: Ethics Foundation course, Ethics Case Studies, and Ethics Test Series. Since 2015, Lukmaan IAS students have maintained the records of securing the highest marks in this paper. So, why to wait? Contact us today for more information.
Which goes against the spirit of local self-governance. Next, according to Niti Aayog report in 2021 on urban planning, 65% of over 73,000 cities do not have master plan. Next, the report also highlights lack of city planners. That is, cities have lack of expertise in planning. And planning bodies lack qualified professionals. Most of the cities have grown up unplanned. And hence they are known for rampant encroachment, real estate mafias, illegal constructions, which after some time are regularized through master plan. Next, even if 74th Amendment Act, even if 74th Amendment Act envisaged for creation of district planning committee and metropolitan planning committee, but still planning in urban areas is based on Town and Country Planning Act. Town and Country Planning Act. Town and Country Planning Act. That is what the problem. Already some problems we have told in past like this. I don't want to go tell so many facts because it will result into pessimism. Already so many negative things we are talking. But do you know that 60-70% constructions and buildings in Delhi are illegal? ये हम नहीं कह रहे हैं, गवर्नमेंट का रिकॉर्ड्स कह रहे हैं. मास्टर प्लान आता है उसको लीगलाइज कर दिया जाता है. This. So people have constructed बहुत सारे हाउस है. आप चलो मैं तो बोलता हूँ हमारे साथ चलो, मैं बता दूंगा कौन सा इलीगल है, कितना पार्ट इलीगल है. सो जो भी हाउस है उसका मीन्स कि दे हैव मतलब कुछ ना कुछ सेक्शन, सर्टेन पार्ट, पोर्चेज, ये वो कुछ ना कुछ ज़रूर उसका इलीगल होगा. अगर आपने घर लीगली बनाया तो आपके घर के मेंबर बोलेंगे क्या है, बिल्कुल बेवकूफ़ आदमी है, isn't it? बाकी लोगों ने आगे इतना फैला के बनाया है. This. So the hotel in which fire, let's say, the top floor is illegal, on which they were running a restaurant, which was dined by police officers, IRS officers, IAS officers, all. Right? Because in that 21 person, there was one IRS also who died. This. So how you see this, how you talk all these things. अगर किसी एक बिल्डिंग की बात होती तो बात चल जाता. Right? This you should know that. So I can tell one building neighbor, I will tell that. I don't want to tell exactly that way, but they have, let's say that erected on their floor balconies which are illegal. So when one floor wala told that it is illegal, etc., you cannot do that. That floor wala tell to, अगर मेरा टूटेगा तो सबका टूटेगा. This encroachment. Planning. So how you will plan it? This is how it is, the question. We told that a city is planned. So any land you have, suppose this is the plot you plan for this. If it is a plot, you have to plan it. So you can design residential area, you can design commercial area, you can have mixed type of areas, sports, etc., marketplace. That is how you find. So when you design for this, and everything you should design in this. So water supply, let's say power supply, gas supply, drainage. So you have to plan for everything. Then its overall locality and its impact on the nearby locality. Planning is this. पहले आप प्लानिंग क्या होता है हमारे यहाँ, तो आपने सुना होगा प्लॉट कट रहा है ले लो, isn't it? तो आपने प्लॉट से सिर्फ प्लॉट ले लिया, आपने प्लॉट ले लिया यहाँ पर. अब कहाँ से पानी आएगा, ड्रेनेज कहाँ से जाएगा, इसका कुछ पता नहीं है। सिर्फ प्लॉट ले लिया, लोग पैसा से पैसा बना रहे हैं, isn't it? So land, you buy a land, you do not know when, where the water supply will come from, gas supply line, or let's say all sort of things, right? So these things have not been planned at all. Only land is there, you people are buying that land. That is not planning. This is how it is. So you should have a futuristic plan. If a plot you have decided, if you have decided a plot, everything should be decided for that. Even if this is going to develop 20 years after, still you should have a plan today. How you will develop everything over there. Rather than first let people buy their land, they will construct the houses the way they want, this and that way. Then you will start go and let's say many a time you will create, let's say that there you will dig up the land, this and that, one for water supply, one for telecom, one for power supply, one for gas supply, and all sort of things. Right. This is not planning basically. Planning is not only ki you have decided this is a residential area, this is commercial area, this is mixed type. Planning is about future of the city. Right. Whether let's say Delhi as a city after 20 years, so whether we are prepared for 20 years after, right? What is going to happen? The let's say number of people, the number of market, the number of residential areas, etc. Then you may have seen the real estate houses, the real estate buildings, high-rise buildings, outskirt of city. You go that most, let's say if you find in Noida, JP complex. Right. JP complex, so it is under right, court में case चल रहा है basis of. So in 1 or 2 towers people are living, staying, and rest is defunct. अब सारा वेस्ट ही तो हुआ ना, सारा कंक्रीट्स एटसेट्रा, लेट्स से you have wasted, but it is under. Right. So you don't have planning. How that entire area came under that JP complex and how they were able to develop, and when you notice later, why you have not noticed if it is illegal at all, so why it has not been done in the beginning itself? Why first you construct the house, and once you construct an entire complex and thereafter you go in legal problems? It is bad for economy also. It is absorbing your money. Right. So that is, although we should not reduce planning to real estate sector, but in urban area you know about real estate sector, and it is also, let's say, that lack of planning, and most of the real estate buildings will find. So that way we can see. Similarly, let's say housing, if you talk, we don't have affordable housing in urban areas. Affordable housing you do not have. Right. Only few people can afford houses. Rest people will have to live in, you know that. Why? The cost, etc. And even if houses are, you are paying money, but still you do not get return on that. Recently in Gurgaon, you know that what happened. The houses are being constructed in such a fashion that the first floor wala, whatever they talk, it comes to. Right. You can clearly, let's say, hear what they talk. और जब वो चलते हैं तो ऐसा लगता है कि गिर जाएगा. ये सही तो हुआ था गुड़गांव में. Anyhow. Right. Yes. गिर भी रहा था. दैट आई से कि आप अगर घर देखने जाना तो थोड़ा सा ये मजबूत है तो ऐसे करके देख लो ऐसे. राइट. दिस so anyhow, That if you find, let's say, real estate sector. But as far as planning is concerned, already we told yesterday, suppose this is the area, so you should plan for the school also. अब ये नहीं कि इन्होंने घर बना लिया और बच्चे को भेज रहे हैं 40 किलोमीटर दूर स्कूल, ठीक है, और हॉस्पिटल वहाँ है नहीं. There are so many other things you have to bring, no? Hospital, school, let's say banks, other things, financial institutions, let's say that. So that is called planning. And then people can, let's say, get settled. People would like to get settled, and that is how there can be hassle-free life. Otherwise, you know what will happen. Anyhow, planning is done by bureaucratic institution like development authority, not by representative bodies. So for what we have three-tier governance. Why DDA should plan for the Delhi? But that is how Town and Country Planning Act. Even if it is a bureaucratic plan, but you don't have city planners. We have shortage of city planners. So much so that Niti Aayog has recommended that we should develop a course in Delhi University. Indian Central Universities. There should be a course for city planners. Right. City planning. People should do that course so that we can have expertise in city planning. The Niti Aayog has recommended that. Right. And we created 74th Amendment Act, Metropolitan Planning Committee, District Planning Committee, which status we will now talk, what is the status. So urban planning remains in mess. Already, let's say, 65% cities do not have master plan, and master plan is nothing but just regularization. Regularization of buildings and structure construction rather than any futuristic idea that how we want to develop that city in coming time. That's why, let's say, when flyovers are constructed, the flyovers are constructed, by the time flyovers are constructed, traffic remains the same. No, isn't it? You may not be the party to this, we are party to that. So when we were in the, let's say, there were no flyovers 20 years back. Whatever you see, metro and flyovers with 20 years back, we did not have. That was a time when constructions were going on. There used to be traffic. And now 20 years after you have constructed all, still there is traffic. अभी भी धौला के पास ट्रैफिक होता है. वहाँ रेड लाइट पे नहीं होता है, आगे पीछे होता है. Isn't it? तभी भी धौला कुआं लोग अवॉइड करना चाहते हैं. गुड़गांव कोई जाना नहीं चाहता है, द्वारका कोई जाना नहीं चाहता है. मतलब बाई लेट्स से दैट की रोड, बाई मेट्रो यू कैन गो, right? But by road you have still huge traffic. Right. You can see traffic on Shankar Road. Right. This old Rajinder Nagar, new Rajinder Nagar, the dividing road. So you can see traffic. So traffic remains the same. अब क्या करोगे? तो उसी समय आपको 3-tier plan करना था. 3-tier. 3-tier means this is the road, right? This is the flyover, and this is another flyover or metro. 3-tier road you should have planned. 3-tier layers you should have planned. Right? One road, next metro, next another road. This flyover. It has already been done in several cities. In several cities you can find 3 layers. Right? We are still at 2nd layer. This. So you cannot have 3rd layer, it will be very challenging. So that is what, let's say, planning. So we should have planning in that way, let's say. That is called futuristic planning. Anyhow, someone writes, Germany metro is constructed for 100 years vision, but Delhi metro after 10 years is so much crowded. Right. So planning is, this is how futuristic planning. दिल्ली मेट्रो में तो रश इसलिए होता है कि लोग गेट से अंदर जाना नहीं चाहते हैं. नहीं, isn't it? सब लोग they hang over that gate, isn't it? So it is also because of anyhow, let's read.
Welcome to Lukmaan IAS. Study General Studies with Lukmaan IAS for building comprehensive knowledge. GS paper 2 and 4 will be taken by S. Ansari and other papers will be covered by renowned faculties. Live classes are as effective as offline classes. The classes are highly interactive in nature. Your doubts and queries will be addressed and there will be dictation of notes. In the last 10 years, Lukmaan IAS has set up a niche in the field of UPSC guidance.